Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we're going to be talking about the incursions, because I have heard quite a few people are struggling with the glitch incursions, and whilst there are obviously a ton of different combinations of hacks and champions that can work, I'm going to basically break down my run in this one, as well as remind you guys of some of the best options and why I chose what I chose basically. So the hacks that I used for the Infinite Silk Lock, when was my first chance to pick up a guaranteed hack, I picked up Martial Artist, because that extends my debuff and buff duration by 30%, and that is going to be very, very significant for stun locking with a whole bunch of champions, namely Silk. Then the second hack, I picked a random Tide of Combat, which is going to be very helpful for damage output, especially with any champion that inflicts plenty of debuffs, like Silk. And we had Toxic Siphon. Toxic Siphon I picked because it just lets me regen everything super quickly from 0 to full health basically immediately. I got very unlucky with that next choice, where I just picked the power gain hack, but honestly it was absolutely irrelevant. It could have been like any other better hack. It served no real purpose there. Keep It Going is a very nice hack because it works with any champion you use, and then it does a ton of damage. Attribute Boost Multiplier Relic, that was again very unlucky selection of 3. Fury Burst, that was just a nice damage increase, and Second Chance was kind of like the final important hack to get, because that effectively gives you immortality for when and if you do mess up. The most important hacks here were Martial Artist to extend your debuff duration, and then really the only one, Toxic Siphon, is nice for healing, and Second Chance to make sure you don't die. Everything else, you can pick whatever you want for random damage increase, basically. And then the other important hack is Effect Upgrade Stun, which further increases your stun duration and lets Silk stun lock everybody constantly from the very beginning of the fight. Other hacks, Fury Upgrade, that was nice. Special Refund, that was also kind of nice. Attack Surge Buff Count, obviously kind of neat. I would have wanted, I guess, debuff one as well. Special Augmentation, sure, why not, didn't serve much of a purpose. Buff Reinforcement for Fury, sure, and Heavy Attack Reinforcement. So the end result of that, I'm going to show you guys right now. And this isn't going to be like a perfect fight or anything, because Doctor Strange, for instance, is going to be like nullifying a ton of my Furies, and I'm not going to get the full damage output that I normally would. This is like zone room 12 or something of the sort. So I'm going to quickly get to the fight. Double checking once again. And then you can do this with Silk. And that's all you do, basically. As long as you land your first combo, as long as opponent basically isn't stun immune, you can do this to all of them. And again, Doctor Strange is consistently nullifying my Fury buffs, but it doesn't even really matter, because I can just do any type of combo, finish it with a heavy attack, and start a new combo immediately afterwards. And we're doing a ton of damage there immediately. And then next up, we're going to do this. I'm Infamous Iron Man. Sure, again, this is going to be a perfect kind of showcase here, because I am getting a ton of weaknesses on me that are reducing the damage output very drastically. So I have 3 weaknesses here, and I'll have 4, and I get Fate Sealed, and I lose all of my Furies. But none of that really matters. None of the fight mechanics matter. His power level doesn't matter, because I can also slow him. The weight there doesn't matter. I do go for the level 3, even though I didn't really have to do that. Sure, why not? And I basically just keep doing the same thing here. And I do get my Furies nullified. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Let's just keep hitting him, and that's it. And you can get some absolutely monstrous amount of damage. Okay, let's see what's going to be the next fight here that I take. You can see how it looks. Oh, and here I'm going to mess up, and it's going to be important to showcase the Second Chance hack, because I will make a mistake here, and it's going to be kind of funny, I suppose, because at some point I think I won't be able to stun her or something. I think I didn't want to stun her for whatever reason in this match. So obviously Silk is still very good, and I'm going to make a very, very silly mistake, and I'm going to miss Dex at level 2, and my regeneration is not going to be back. Not regeneration, my evade is not going to be back. But you guys are going to see exactly how well these hacks work and how kind of foolproof they are. So needless to say, I did have overall a very, very, very easy run. So here I eat a level 2 to the face, and I'm at basically 0 power. And then I'm just going to start hitting her back, and, you know, she'd run out of health, and therefore I couldn't heal back to full. We're going to go in for this fight. Who am I going to use here? Is it Spider-Woman? No, it's Silk. We're just going to regen. Spider-Woman's crazy with the same set of hacks, because eventually to be honest, I just kind of got completely distracted, and I did get my Silk KO'd, and then I just kind of finished just about everything with Spider-Woman later on. But this was like the main strategy for vast majority of this run. And you can see that I'm long back at full health, and I'm doing absolutely insane level of damage. And all of these fights are quite ridiculously quick and fast. So now we're gonna get back to the next fight. We're gonna figure out whether we can swap something. I don't remember if I do. I might. I don't think so yet. Okay, so that was champion fight again. And yeah, everything is the same basically. Somewhere later in the stream, when I did get my Silk KO'd, I can show you guys Spider-Woman and how she was dealing with this as well. So here I'm using Spider-Woman, and obviously we do make an error here. I shouldn't have thrown that level 1. There was no good reason to throw it. But basically she also works insanely well. She also works insanely well with the Furies, with all the buffs, with all the damage increase, with her ability to bypass their evades. In most of the fights, I'm probably better off going for that level 2, but you can see that insane amounts of regeneration and just filthy amounts of damage. Let's pick up the next fight there, wherever we're gonna go. That's fine. So let's pick a Corvus. Let's see how this fight goes. So I parry, and I just hit him, and I heal, and I hit him, and I heal, and I get more Furies for undisclosed amount of reasons. And I activate my level 1, and at that point he's basically dead. I go for overkill on another level 1, and he dead. And yeah, so those are my 2 most used champions. So the reason why I used primarily the science champions is because you were kind of encouraged to use the science and mystic and mutant champions for this run, for that solo objective. But obviously there are other great combinations. So just a quick set of suggestions that I heard people use and that are obviously working amazingly. Skill class has Bullseye and especially Okoye. Bullseye is a bit trickier because you have all the Ultron bosses and he wouldn't be good for that. But you do have the Bold Demon. And the Bold Demon is exceptionally good. Where's the Bold Demon? I am blind sometimes. Swear to God, sometimes I'm just blind. There you go. She's exceptionally good with hemostatic charge. Hemostatic buff. Whenever you inflict a bleed, you also inflict the power sting. And with that, she interacts extremely well with the hack that I use that gives you Furies whenever your debuffs expire, rise to power 1. And then basically like any other hacks to help her out, probably you do want a second chance as well, just for like a spare Heimdall synergy type of effect. And she is one of the best options. Another like foolproof option basically, or almost foolproof, would be if you do happen to have Angela as a 7-star. Angela as a 7-star is absolutely brutal when you bring in Odin pre-fights for her, keep Odin synergy, then you can bring in somebody like Spider-Woman or Silk or for whatever you want as well, because yeah, Angela can end up doing insane amount of damage. Plus with Odin synergy, even at a low sig, you'd always have all the buffs needed to be completely nullify, immune, and immune to auto block. And also, you know, immune to damaging effects. Thus, you do not have to worry about caltrops and things like that. So, Angela plus Odin is a ridiculously good combination as well. And if these are not ideas to your liking, again, as I mentioned, Silk and Spider-Woman are ridiculously well. Count Nefaria is crazy good. Jessica Jones is exceptional for this type of stuff as well, in case you guys didn't know. But obviously, there are a ton of other options that will do insanely well. It's kind of, you know, up to you largely which tactic you go with. I figured I'll share my hacks and kind of like my strategy, which was infinite stun lock. And I still obviously have Hercules with the immortality, and Hercules also can stun lock with his level 2s, just so you guys know. There are a few different ways how to make Hercules stun lock. Another reminder is you can always, on the Cosmic Champions, bring in Galen initially, get his pre-fight on a Cosmic Champion, and then swap Galen out. And then obviously there's Odin, where you can always give Odin's pre-fights to a champion as well. Other than that, I did make an entirely separate video about kind of overall Incursions MVPs. I know that some people still reverted back to using Aegon. I personally didn't want to do that because I kind of find building his combo a bit, finicky and annoying and unnecessary for what this content is. But again, there are tons and tons of different options. My favorite top ones would still be Silk, Spider-Woman, Angela plus Odin, and Okoye. Those would be kind of my personal MVPs here. Let me know how is your Incursions run going. Maybe, if you guys want, I can do another one at some point with a different team for science. But yeah, that's about it for now. It was fairly straightforward, fairly quick run. Let me know how it went for you. I'll catch you guys soon. Bye-bye. Hello there, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the next